When you look up Bitcoin's price, you're not seeing the price, but rather a price. You see, Bitcoin doesn't have a single value, and neither does any cryptocurrency for that matter. The price you see is actually the going rate on one of several markets that sell it. Cryptocurrency is bought and sold in online markets with lots of people competing to buy and sell. We call these markets exchanges because, much like stock exchanges, they're organised markets for a specific asset, cryptocurrency. There are lots of different markets or exchanges, all of which are independent from each other, but whatever their differences, fundamentally they do the same thing. They're a matchmaker that pairs buyers with sellers. The going rate I mentioned earlier is the average price of recent trades of a specific cryptocurrency, otherwise known as the market rate. It's an estimate of what you'd need to offer if you wanted to be matched successfully with a buyer and seller at that moment on that exchange, of course. Whenever you see the price of a cryptocurrency, what you're actually seeing is exactly this, the market rate of a given exchange. Even if you see the price on something else, it still comes from an exchange or even the average of a few. As for what makes the market rate go up or down, it's supply and demand. After all, the market rate is the average of recent trades. To elaborate, if you wanted to trade right now, you'd probably offer the market rate, as it's likely you'd get a match at that price. But depending on your goals, you might offer more or less. As I mentioned earlier, exchanges are where buyers and sellers compete to be matched. If you're selling, you might undercut your competitors. Equally, if you're buying, you might outbid them. In both cases, this makes you more likely to be matched because your offer is more appealing. That said, if you want to maximise profit or chase a bargain, you might also hold out for the price to reach or drop to a certain point. Whether the market as a whole goes up or down depends on whether there's more undercutting or outbidding going on. Recall that it's derived from the successful trades only. If there's more undercutting, then a race to the bottom is triggered, which drives the price down. Likewise, more outbidding causes prices to soar. Eventually the price will stabilise when there's no more cheap crypto to flog and no more buyers wishing to pay top dollar. Who sets the price in the first place though? Well, it depends on how the coin is launched. Typically new cryptocurrencies have what's called an initial coin offering or an initial exchange offering. While these are different use cases, in both a finite amount of the cryptocurrency is sold at a fixed price. The price in question is whatever the developers and exchange think is reasonable, often guided by market interest or any private sales. Whatever the process, the end result is a starting point for future trades. New cryptocurrencies can also be pegged to more established ones, either directly or, as certain types of exchange permit, via an exchange mechanism. Finally, they can also be listed directly, with the market rate being set by whatever the existing holders consider it to be worth. So if there's lots of different exchanges and they're all independent, why are their prices so similar? Well, once you've bought crypto, it's yours to do what you like with, including sell at a different exchange to the one you bought from. Eagle-eyed traders may therefore spot opportunities to buy cheaply at one exchange and sell on another for a profit. There's a name for this, arbitrage trading, and it's the same dynamics as before that keep the exchanges in sync. Buying up all the cheap crypto on one exchange will drive its market rate up, and flooding another with that same cheap crypto will drive its market rate down. In summary, the price of a cryptocurrency is the average price people are buying and selling it for. Strictly speaking, each price is specific to the exchange it comes from, but there's enough arbitrage trading to keep them all roughly in sync. As for what determines that price, it's really what people are prepared to pay for it. There's a lot of talk about what influences that exactly, but much like shares, organic diamonds, and original artwork, it comes down to perception. What you perceive something to be worth depends on what you consider to be important, but getting other people to buy it from you at that price is another matter.